Qantas is set to make a major leap forward once Project Sunrise finally launches. So in this video, we take a look at why only the Airbus A350-1000ULR can make non-stop flights from Sydney to London or New York possible, what had to change to keep an aircraft airborne for more than 20 hours straight, and the incredible modifications needed to achieve such an impressive flight time. Keeping a jet aircraft in the skies requires an enormous amount of fuel, particularly if that aircraft is a large wide-body. A Boeing 787 uses 2,900 gallons per hour, with an Airbus A350 using 200 gallons per hour less. If an airline wants to fly a further distance, it needs to find a way to pack in more fuel. This isn't just about reaching the bare minimum amount of fuel needed to complete a journey, but building in room for diversions, delays, and other in-flight emergencies. Qantas and Airbus achieved this goal with Project Sunrise by designing an aircraft around giant fuel tanks. At the rear centre, a 5,283-gallon fuel tank has been added. This is an interesting diversion from aircraft manufacturers' usual focus, which is about maximising passenger and cargo capacity rather than range alone. However, a standard A350 would not be able to take off with this additional fuel, as it would bring the aircraft over its maximum takeoff weight. Airbus has increased this figure for the Airbus A350-1000ULR, while also reinforcing the landing gear to keep the aircraft safe while it's fully loaded. The A350-1000 currently has a maximum takeoff weight of 710,000 pounds. The maximum takeoff weight has been increased through structural reinforcements, high-power engines, and fuel balancing upgrades to keep the jet's centre of gravity stable in flight and during takeoff. While the A350-900ULR has a deactivated forward cargo hold, it's not yet known if the same will be the case for Qantas's bespoke aircraft. Increasing range isn't just about packing in more fuel, but ensuring that the aircraft is less thirsty while also having the necessary power. The A350-1000ULR is fitted with two Rolls-Royce Trent XWB-97 engines, which are the most powerful engines ever fitted to an Airbus plane. They have a peak power output of 97,000 pound-force and a net continuous thrust rating of 83,100 pound-force. While achieving more power than both the Trent XWB-84 and XWB-94, these engines still have a 25% reduction in fuel burn over the previous generation of aero engines. The engine that'll be used for Project Sunrise comes from good stock as a member of the Trent XWB family. Rolls-Royce writes, with a 99.9% dispatch reliability and having twice the customer base of the competition, the XWB-97 engine continues to define the future of long-range performance and sustainability on the A350-1000. All the extra fuel on board the A350-1000ULR needs lots of space, both in terms of room and weight. To make way for the kerosene, Project Sunrise flights will carry just 238 passengers. This is an astonishing drop on the 372 seats available on a typical 3-class A350-1000 and 480 on the high-capacity A350-1000 configurations. The reduction is partly to make the flight time, which can be over 20 hours, tolerable to those on board. It also reduces the overall weight of the aircraft and allows the required amount of fuel to be carried. Much like Singapore's A350-900ULR flights, Qantas will bank on demand from premium passengers who will be prepared to pay a high price to fly direct and quickly. The reduction in seats also reduces the need for Qantas to sell out on every flight to turn a profit. Along with a less busy aircraft, Project Sunrise aircraft will also feature a number of innovations to improve passenger comfort. The airline has turned to revered Australian designer David Kahan, who said, "We began designing this aircraft cabin 5 years ago, working with Airbus and Qantas to maximise space, as well as creating a tailored lighting program that'll influence mood and sleep patterns. All the design and service elements will work together to significantly improve in-flight comfort, convenience, and health and well-being, and help minimise the old nemesis of jet lag." Aircraft technology continues to press on, yet the crews that make commercial aviation possible continue to be fundamentally human. Working conditions have to be adapted to make ultra-long-haul aviation possible. Adjustments include a larger fuel complement and upgraded rest areas, ensuring the cabin crew and pilots can maintain a high level of performance and safe operations. Both of these provisions add weight to the aircraft, further reducing the amount of revenue cargo and passengers that can be on board. Yet the measures are essential to make it possible for Project Sunrise flights to exist. Another factor to consider for Project Sunrise flights is operational planning, which is of higher complexity given the enormous distance covered. Delays and diversions can have a significant knock-on effect on the aircraft's ability to complete its designated route safely. Yet the enormous range also gives Qantas better flexibility. It can use this range to avoid busy airspace and dangerous weather systems. On the ground, turnaround times may be longer, given the need to load more fuel and provisions, and ensure the aircraft is safe to remain in the sky for almost a full day. No Project Sunrise commercial flights have taken off yet. However, things are certainly progressing in that direction. In early April, Qantas's bespoke A350-1000ULR, fitted with new engines, was spotted on the apron at Toulouse-Blagnac Airport. The aircraft currently bears the registration Foxtrot Whiskey Zulu November Kilo and the manufacturer's serial number MSN 707. The first A350-1000ULR airframe was completed in November 2025. As the first airframe took shape, Qantas Group Chief Executive Officer Vanessa Hudson said, "Given Australia's position in the world, Qantas has a long history of breaking aviation barriers. Project Sunrise will not only overcome the tyranny of distance, but it'll also fundamentally change the way our customers travel the world." The exact date for the first Project Sunrise flight is not currently known. However, with the first A350-1000ULR expected to be delivered at the beginning of next year, the flights are now anticipated to begin by the end of 2027. November 2027 is the most likely launch month. This additional time from the first delivery is partly because a minimum of 3 A350-1000ULR will likely be needed to sustain daily ultra-long-haul services. While Project Sunrise is still on the drawing board, Singapore Airlines currently flies modified A350s to conduct the longest routes in commercial aviation. It flies the exclusive A350-900ULRs, beginning in October 2018 with flights from Singapore to Newark. This route was initially served 3 times per week with a total distance of 9,000 nautical miles. That's a huge 18 hours and 45 minutes of average flight time. The A350-900ULR flies to both Newark and JFK. That's because Newark is a hub for United Airlines, a fellow Star Alliance member. Flying there allows Singapore to facilitate onward connections through its partner for its customers. Meanwhile, the flights to JFK are particularly popular among corporate clients who are based in Manhattan and Long Island. Singapore's CEO Goh Choon Pong said, "Singapore Airlines has always taken pride in pushing the boundaries to provide the best possible travel convenience for our customers, and we are pleased to be leading the way with these new non-stop flights using the latest technology, ultra-long-range Airbus A350-900ULR. The A350-900ULR achieves this remarkable range with a modified fuel system that uses the existing centre wing box to hold far more fuel than a standard A350. The A350-900ULR also has a premium-only configuration, offering only business and premium economy. The lack of appetite for economy seating on board is unsurprising given the enormous flight time. The configuration also reduces weight. The plane has a total range of 9,700 nautical miles, with a total non-stop flight time of over 19 hours. What do you think? Will ultra-long-haul non-stop flights eventually become the new standard for international travel? Or is there a practical limit to how long passengers actually want to stay on board an aircraft? Let us know by leaving a comment, and don't forget to subscribe for more aviation content. See you next time. In addition to our daily YouTube videos, Simple Flying publishes over 150 articles and a podcast every week. Visit simpleflying.com.